as you can come to expect from these decks now. Timmi is only running one Elspeth, while Christoffer is running 2. So 2 Elspeth for Christoffer and 1 Edeling.
Yeah.
That's what he's looking to win the first game with. Or I guess it's possible that he could go for ultimate on Jace and
steal something
and snag an Elspeth out of his opponent's deck or something.
The thing is, though, the Elspeth itself is a very good answer to the Blood Baron.
Yeah, it is true that Elspeth can kill off the Blood Baron.
Yeah.
But even so, a Blood Baron by itself in this matchup, especially before sideboard, isn't that impressive, since they're most likely running
a full set of Supreme Verdicts.
No, Supreme Verdicts and also Far Away or Devour Flesh.
Yeah, true.
So Timmi here is taking a mulligan.
Yeah.
Looking at Christoffer's hand, it's basically a bunch of lands. We saw an Elspeth as well.
A bunch of lands, a bunch of planeswalkers.
Yeah. There's a Jason
there
as well.
Exactly.
Okay,
and I think that's
Swings the Relation.
Swings the Relation as
so
well.
4 lands, Swings the Relation, Jason, Elspeth. I guess that you don't really want anything else in this matchup.
Yeah.
If you can just stick a Jace, that's usually good enough.
If I was in the business of picking starting hands, I might be inclined to throw Thoughtseize into my ideal
into
starting.
The mix, yeah.
Niemi with foil Hallowed Fountain turn 1. Timmi one-ups him with a Scryland. And Christoffer drew a cycling card, aka Azorius Charm. Cycling
Finds
blue-white.
Jace.
Yeah. And the Thoughtseize.
He's
no
not,
black mana though.
That hasn't gotten a black mana, so he. It would have been a very good turn to have a peek at Timmi's hand and then being able to safely, maybe safely play a Jason next turn.
Yeah.
But Timmi has a Thoughtseize of his own.
Yeah.
And he gets to see the full hand.
I would really like to take the Jace, he says, but you have 2.
It's actually a Detention Sphere, not a Strings Revelation here. Of course, they're both running a full set of Detention Spheres, which can handle the Planeswalker threat of the side.
Yeah.
But there's really no way of handling Detention Spheres in the main deck of either of these players.
No. Timmi taking his time, choosing, deciding.
Yeah.
He knows that if he can just get rid of the Elspeth here, Christoffer is thin on win cons.
Well, it's even a Jace on board is virtually a win con.
Yeah.
Playing smart with a Jace is can be enough to just go up, and then blow off the ulti, which would bring you your own Elspeth or your own Edeling and your opponent's Elspeth or Edeling.
Yeah.
So it's just...
Christoffer digging for lands here, and I am guessing that he will get Detention Sphere and Godless Shrine in one pile.
Actually, getting rid of the Detention Sphere is also a good line of plays. It is the answer to all the Planeswalkers that Timmi wants to have stick as well.
True, but you've seen Christoffer's hand and knows that he kind of just wants to draw lands here.
So main phase Azorius Charm followed up by an island from Timmi here.
Yeah.
He's not really joining this game in blazing fashion.
No.
Christoffer, on the other hand, has drawn an Edeling, and now, of course, he has his black mana, so he will have a peek at Timmi's hand as well.
Yeah, and that's not a good hand for the matchup.
Yeah. You gotta assume that he will just take the Strings Revelation here and start plussing up his Jace. Any counter that he can find just to be able to counter a Detention Sphere from Timmi here is pretty much all that he needs to win this game.
Yeah, he's plussing this turn. I think he's minusing next turn.
I don't think that many players respect the ulti of the Jace Architecture Fort good enough, or they don't value it high enough. It's
but if you're getting off the ultimate, that's 3 factor friction you could have done in the same time. What deck are you playing where that's not good enough for winning? But here is also the counterspell that you were quote unquote looking for.
So there's 2 dissolves, dissolve in a Scry, you guess the dissolve in Skyland, of course.
So Scryland now, or no? He just wants to get the Elspeth out there. It seems, giving Timmi as little time as possible to find his Detention Sphere to take care of
the Planeswalkers here.
Yeah. Next round it's shields up, and well, there won't be next turn because Timmi just scoops them up.
Yeah. Looking at the sideboard, there is the Glare of Heresy. Is that something that you think both players will put in? They have 1 each. As a very tricksy thing to do against
Elspeth
or a Detention Sphere for that matter. There are some Thought Seizes and Sync Collectors running around.
Yeah.
Gainsays. But these are the cards that we just expect them to take in for possible Azorius Charms or Faraways and things like that. And maybe some Supreme Verdicts.
Yeah. Also, Timmi,
we didn't get to see any of the Blood Barons from Timmi, of course. Now, since he was only Doomblades and Supreme Verdicts.
Yeah. So he might be keeping those in, just because.
It's always a good idea, since the threats as such that you would expect in the Esper matchup.
Yeah.
Are still resilient to the verdict, so the verdicts will most likely go out.
Yeah.
We have 1 Blood Baron in Christoffer's sideboard. It is possible that he will just bring that in.
Yeah.
Looking at cards like Hero's Downfall, Far Away, Azorius Charm, and Ultimate Prize in Christoffer's main deck, just bringing all of those copies out.
Yeah.
And then instead bring in Blood Baron, Gainsays, Negates, Thought Seizes, Glare, Sync Collectors. There are plenty of cards that he could possibly want to bring in. We have a complaint about stop tapping the mic. I have no idea who is doing that. We have our hands free from the mics at all times. I can assure you. You can still take your opponent's Edeling.
But you
just
can't
exile it.
Yeah.
But just stealing it and making it so that the opponent is doesn't have it.
Yeah.
Can be enough to just
to be enough to
seal the game. Really.
Yeah. Also, we saw Jonathan Bergström earlier in his matchup versus Mono Black. he had a hand of Blood Baron of Viscopo, which he valued very highly, because the opponent most likely had removed all his Devour Flesh in the matchup when Jonte was playing basically the same list as Timmi and Christoffer here.
Yeah, we are aware that the opponent gets the Edling back if you choose to blink it out.
Yeah.
But that's not what you want to do. You just want to steal it so your opponent doesn't have it.
Yeah. And it seems like Christoffer Niemi did bring in the Glare of Heresy, and most likely rightly so in the matchup, because it has so many relevant targets in the Detention Sphere, and also so many, so to speak, high-end targets in the Elspeth. And seems like the players are ready to draw their opening sevens here. It looks like a hand with many Planeswalkers in Timmi's hand. And Christoffer Niemi has Scrylands and some card drawing and some Hero's Downfall. Also Gainsay back there, right? Both players keeping their cards on top. And Christoffer will be most likely firing off a Thoughtseize here, just to see what's up. Trying to find out how he's gonna set up the plan here, the game plan for the entire game. That's, as we suspected, lots of Planeswalkers, and yeah, that's a hand.
Christoffer has a Jace of his own here.
Yeah.
But Timmi has some really good plays the following turns.
Yeah.
Since he will get the Sin Collector, and that he won't be able to counter that in some way.
Yeah.
He will get a peek at Christoffer's hand, which is holding a Gainsay and the Hero's Downfall, but so he will be able to take either of those.
Yeah. So he discards the Sin Collector to keep his interactive spells safe.
Yeah. Of course, Christoffer now can just have the time to
just play out his lands,
wait for any interaction.
Yeah. And now he
safely
gets
play a Jace
of his own. And as it turns out, it's still pretty good to be the first one with the Jace in play.
I never would have guessed.
I never would have guessed.
Elspeth here is just an insane pull from Christoffer.
Yeah.
And getting a land as a bonus.
Yeah.
Holding Divination, a second Jace, and Elspeth now is should put him in a pretty good position.
Yeah. Which is basically actually what Timmi has in hand also, but he is a turn behind.
Yeah.
Also, detention sphere is not as attractive when when you have your own Jace in play.
I wonder if Timmi will actually think about that.
I think he will. Yeah.
We have a guest in the booth.
Ludwig Londos.
So if you hear some backside commenting, it's all his fault.
Yeah. So if I were Christoffer here, I'd be inclined to just factor friction once more and play out the second Jace. Oh well, actually Timmi has access to Elspeth next turn, so yeah, so he just slows down a little. No reason to tap out if you don't have to. And the Bloodburn hits the table.
Now the question is if Christoffer will just slam down his Elspeth to kill off the Blood Baron. It is opening itself up to detention sphere then.
Yeah.
So
the thing is though, you eventually have to deal with the Blood Baron one way or another.
Yeah.
And
this is a time as good as any, it seems.
Yeah. And he does have the Glare of Heresy somewhere in the deck to get his Elspeth back from
we'll
out.
see the Elspeth here,
Yeah.
and it will just do the minus ability.
Yeah.
So we know that Timmi is holding both an Elspeth of his own and a detention sphere. So he has some options here.
Yeah.
Of course, he knows that Christoffer has the detention sphere as well. So he'll shrug out some guys to try and stem this game up.
And that's a huge pull for Christoffer. He drew a
dissolve.
dissolve here, so the Jace can stave off the soldiers infinitely, and Christoffer just detention spheres the Elspeth.
And so the thing is that then Christoffer would detention sphere the Elspeths.
Yeah, true.
But the thing now becomes that Timmi won't be able to attack Christoffer or his planeswalkers if he just keeps plussing the detention, the Jace.
Yeah. Scry, Jace number 3.
Another Jace.
Detention sphere on your Jace. Do you dissolve that?
Obviously.
Obviously.
I don't know that it's the correct play to dissolve it in the first way, or first the dissolve from Christoffer.
Yeah.
Since he can just play another Jace.
Yeah.
Basically just gaining 2 loyalty on it.
Yeah.
But I guess it's nice for him to have him tapped out in his turn.
Yeah.
So he can safely play it now. He will grab a gainsay and.
Yeah. Christoffer still has plenty of lands in hand.
Yeah, plenty of lands, and also he has the free blockers for the soldiers.
And by plenty, I of course mean 1.
It's more than enough.
More than enough.
There's also a divination and Sphinx Revelation in Christoffer's hand here.
Yeah.
So.
And a detention sphere, yet again. Yeah, and now he just lets the Jace go because he has a 3rd one. And a negate drawn for Christoffer here.
Just some awesome draws for Christoffer that we see here. He just keeps finding good answers.
It's kind of easy
now he also gets to see 2 scry lands as well as a 3rd land, which is just it's an excellent pull from Jace here. Just to get as much value in your hand as you possibly can. Tim is still struggling with the few cards that he have left.
It's a Blood Baron.
It's another Blood Baron.
Which can't be countered by gainsay or negate.
This actually presents a very interesting
situation
conundrum for Christoffer here.
Another Factor Fiction here.
He knows that it will just die anyways, so he's trying to get the value out of it.
For instance, another Jace. Letting the Jace go there, sending it to the bottom.
He knows it's just a 4-mana mini-foff.
Yeah, exactly. Christoffer places Hallowed Fountain untapped. And discards Godless Shrine. And Timmi must be happy about getting to untap with the Blood Baron here.
He knows of the gainsay and the negate in the hand. No, he hasn't seen the negate. No, he knows the gainsay and the dissolve in Christoffer's hand. Also, so he knows that there isn't much that he can get through in the way of spells.
In the way of exactly blue or spells. Also, he kind of knows about the Sphinx Revelation from Christoffer playing the land untapped as well.
Yeah.
So, if you're Christoffer, how much do you Sphinxes for here?
Probably all but 2 mana.
All but 2, yeah.
Yeah. So 4, and no response at all here.
No responses. And here's the Glare of Heresy to deal with
this glare is just insane for Christoffer.
Well,
okay, yeah, it's wait. He doesn't have that. Oh, he also has a Hero's Downfall, so he could glare his own Oblivion Ring and Hero's Downfall on Timmi's
Elspeth before Elspeth gets to
do anything.
Yeah.
So he has himself set up for a very good round. He also has a Thoughtseize that he could play.
Yeah.
I'm gotta wonder what's going through his mind right now.
Well, he wants to set it up so that he's absolutely safe in doing his play here.
I don't think that he will try to do it this turn. He has plenty of time. No, he has plenty of time to let the Blood Baron just swing once more. Maybe play a Glare end of turn. He gets to see a Jace.
Yeah, but now you have perfect information. Timmy doesn't even get a draw step before you go on killing the Blood Baron.
It is true, and you kill the Blood Baron, but you still leave yourself open to Elspeth dying to a single removal from Timmy's side.
Yeah, true.
Which you can't hinder, since you're tapping yourself out.
Yeah, true.
So you give Timmy his turn. You can still play, now that you see that he has only Jace left in his hand.
Yeah.
You can play end step in Timmy's turn, Glare. I assume that it's an instant.
Yeah.
So end step, destroy your own detention sphere.
Yeah.
And have mana up for a counter.
Yeah.
And then in your turn, use your Elspeth and kill off your opponent's Elspeth.
Christoffer discarded his Hero's Downfall, so I don't think he's on the same plan that we are.
No, I don't think he did.
Yeah, he did. Or maybe he has another of them, but I don't think so.
It doesn't look like it.
No.
That was silly. Okay, so obviously Christoffer knows something that we don't, or we knew something that he didn't.
Yeah, like...
apparently Glare is a sorcery, but even so he could set it up for his next turn.
Yeah, so he has more mana on top.
Yeah. And I don't like the play of playing the Thoughtseize now. With all the counters that he has, it's just not needed. He would be looking at having 2 counters for pretty much anything that Timmy could play against a maximum of 3 cards, and also only 7 mana on Timmy's side of the board.
On a maximum of 2 cards even.
No, he did hold Sphinx Revelation and the Jace. And so the Sphinx Revelation was discarded with the Thoughtseize.
You meant that the Sphinxes will be for 4 or ish.
No, I mean that you give Timmy. You don't even play the. You just play the Divination. You don't play the Thoughtseize. You wait with the Thoughtseize a turn
and catch the Sphinxes with a counter instead.
So in this turn, you play the Thoughtseize. You do your line of play with Glare on your own detention sphere, kill off the Blood Baron, and then kill the Elspeth with the Hero's Downfall.
Yeah. Christoffer is on a different plan. He's digging to Aetherling, which can hold off the Blood Baron indefinitely.
Yeah, that's true.
And now is probably the time for Timmy to start playing spells. So that Christoffer doesn't have the ability to Sphinxes for the full amount.
Here we get a Sphinx for 5. Yeah. We know that Timmy is holding one Jace and 1 mystery card. Yeah. But he's also aware of a Gainsay in Christoffer's hand here.
And the negate and he's not aware of the negate.
But the dissolve.
Yeah.
So that he would still have a counter afterwards.
Syncopate 4.
Yeah.
And
so
Gainsay.
There's the Gainsay, and we will have our Revelations for 5.
Also, the Blood Baron would have been lethal next turn because of the life difference. Does it gain flying from having 30 life as well?
I think so. Yeah. But that doesn't matter since it's still protected for white, so there's no creatures that can block it.
Aetherling.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Christoffer's got a Blood Baron
of his own.
Which doesn't really do anything. There's also a Sin Collector. But I guess that just playing Blood Baron and then trading life back and forth is a line of defense as well.
Yeah. And So we'll be having blood barons running in circles around each other now. But if Timmi somehow can stick a Jace, Timmi's blood baron eventually will become larger than Christoffer's.
Yeah.
Because he will only be able to swing back for 3 instead of 4. And here comes the Jace, and I can't imagine that this is okay with Christoffer.
It's gonna get countered.
Yeah. $36-8, and for a short period, the Blood Baron is an 8/8 flyer. And Detention Sphere drawn here. No really juicy targets for the Detention Sphere. You can get rid of all the soldier tokens in the world if you want to. Sin Collector takes a look.
Look at nothing?
Yeah, exactly. Timmi draws something. 36-8 once more. Slowly that Sin Collector might be starting to getting in. Well, he still has soldier tokens though.
Yeah.
So
he can attack with the Sin Collector as well, of course.
Yeah.
If he decides to trade it with a soldier, then in the end he's still just gonna have less life.
Yeah.
He is fingering his soldiers, but I don't think that it's. Yeah, this is probably the better play to start attacking with just one soldier to get the Sin Collector as the sole attacker in the end.
Yeah.
Since he will most likely just trade soldiers 1 for 1.
And
if Timmi decides to attack with his soldiers, then they'll just get blocked.
Yeah.
We see that Christoffer has found another Sphinx's Revelation, so this game is probably going to be over very quickly.
Yeah. Picking off the soldiers one by one, making way for the Sin Collector. Timmi on 36 life, pondering, should I block the 1/1? And these are the ramifications that you have to consider in such a grindy matchup. Yeah, the soldier dies. The soldiers die. And 32-12 again. Glare of Heresy.
Is he looking to do it? This is very interesting.
Yeah. Because now he'll be killing his own Blood Baron, right?
Yeah.
If he...
But now Timmi gets first dibs on...
he
has the Detention Sphere as well.
Yeah.
So he'll destroy his own Detention Sphere and get it back again.
Yeah. And Detention Sphere is own Elspeth again.
Yeah. I don't know why Christoffer is at 7 still. Do we have the life totals wrong?
Maybe we have a one point here or there wrong. So it's been back and forth for a while now. But a hero's downfall there on Christoffer's Elspeth would have been, because it looked like he targeted his own Elspeth.
Oh.
Anywho, this is purely academical now, since
there is the Ederling.
The Ederling.
And this is very soon to be over. I do think that Christoffer is at least 11, because otherwise Timmi would have killed him with his Blood Baron a while back.
Yeah.
With it being an 8/8.
Yeah. Scry to the bottom.
Yeah, it looked like Timmi or Christoffer put him down as more than 10 at least.
Yeah. See, hero's downfall on the Ederling. Flickers.
Let's just get rid of that.
Yeah.
The 2 counters in Christoffer's hand here is it's not even something that Timmi can plausibly beat right now.
Yeah.
I mean, even if he draws running Sphinx Revelations, like if the card in his hand now is Sphinx Revelation, he end of turn plays Sphinx Revelation for everything.
Yeah.
It gets counter. He draws another Sphinx Revelation and plays it for everything. It gets counter. And he draws a third Sphinx Revelation and he plays it for everything.
Yeah.
And Christoffer hasn't drawn a land
Or a counter.
or a counter, then maybe. But
yeah.
Then he would have to draw running Sphinx Revelation here.
Yeah, it does have some Sphinx Revelation to draw though.
We've seen one, I think.
Yeah, I think so. That's a card on top.
So here we go. Upkeep, Sphinx Revelation for everything, and then negates.
And negate, yeah.
And the card on top might actually be a Sphinx Revelation then.
Or an Ederling of its own.
Or an Ederling of its own. There's an Elspeth, which will increase the clock here.
Quite significantly.
Yeah. But he probably won't play it. Just keeping mana up for his dissolve.
Yeah.
He knows that it's only one card that has to counter.
Divination.
Attention Sphere.
Now we know that Timmi kept the land on top, kept the card on top here.
Yeah, there we go. And snap dissolve. So now the question becomes, what does Timmi Fransson have on the top of his deck?
Yeah, is it another?
He needs the last Sphinx Revelation in his deck right now, or this game is over. The thing is that Christoffer has so few cards left in his deck. He has a Sphinx Revelation in hand, but that won't help him because there's mostly just junk on the bottom.
Yeah.
The Elspeth that he just drew is most likely from one of the earliest Jace activations that was put in the bottom.
Yeah, exactly. So, Timmy's down to 4, is it?
Attacking for the full 9 here, it brings him down to 4.
But I'm not sure if he
he only attacks for
yeah. Another Sphinx Revelation.
Yeah.
And now?
And there's the hand.
Yeah.
It gets pretty exciting when you realize that there is this small chance that he can draw running Sphinx Revelation and actually get back in the game.
Yeah.
And to that extent,